So I thought, since you guys have gotten a good view of the actual Atari system itself, I thought it would be fun to go through the game cartridges that I have and show you guys what is in this. Ironically, the game cartridges and the container they were in a much better condition than the actual system. I thought it would be at least somewhat dusty, at least somewhat dirty. This is the container that it came in. Really nice case, and for something that came out in the 80s, it has held up incredibly well. I remember buying stuff for my N64 and putting game cartridges in them, and after a few weeks, they fell apart. So, whoever the hell made this damn thing, good job. It really holds up well. I'm going to go through the cartridges, see how good or bad a condition in, and I'll probably end up putting them back into the container, and probably knowing my weirdo OCD, or trying to be OCD ass, I will probably try and put them back in alphabetical order. I know, fun, right? Like, it's weird. My house is in a total state of disarray, and I am trying not only, like, with my gaming systems to get things decluttered and to get them more manageable. Like, I went from being really ADD and really cluttered to being super OCD and trying to go everything I have and either get rid of stuff that I don't want or at least clean it and organize it better. I'm not really proud of the fact that my house or my life is in that kind of condition, but to me it's like, at least I'm admitting that things are like that, and at least I'm actively trying to do something about it. But I'm going to go ahead and go through the games that I have found here and make a little video, because why not? I mean, I want to be a content creator, so I might as well start having material to work with. Let's see here. The first one is this very interesting shape compared to the others already, I'm noticing. I thought it was like a cleaner disc at first, but it's actually The Adventures of Tron. That's really cool, I think. Yeah. There's the title right here. Very interesting shape. I'll see if I can try and like actually find specific information on each of these games and see what dates they were put out and what information is about them. If I can, I'll try and see if I can hook up the system and see if I can do recordings of the games, just because I'm a big retro gamer nerd person myself. Let's see. Second, Game Program Pac-Man, used with joystick controllers. Wow, 1989. There's an old school classic. Pretty cool. Oh my god, one of the most difficult games I've probably ever tried to play in my life. Frogger. I love, but also slash hate this game a lot. Let's see here. 2600 Years Revenge. I don't think I've heard of this. Oh, Yar's Revenge. Okay. It looks a lot like Asteroid or maybe Centipede. If anybody knows more about this, like, feel free to give me some information. The artwork and the cover look familiar, but I'm kind of at a loss. Like, I've never heard of this, or at least I don't feel like I have. It's another 1981. About 2 years before I was born. I was born in 83, so this stuff actually predates me. I actually, for a little while, worked at a arcade that, I believe, if I remember my history correctly, that the version of this game was actually put out on an arcade console before they even made a home version of Atari. Because I remember seeing it in that arcade. Kind of wish that I hadn't screwed up that job. It was incredibly cool. Like, you were there for like several hours, and the management literally told us that if it was so slow and that there were at least another person there, you could go out and play the freaking video games while you were working and getting paid. Yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't fucked that job up. Oh well, do anything about it now. Like, just, I wasn't even really trying to screw up the job. Like, it was more like the fact that I didn't have a car of my own, and to be honest, the people that I was living with could honestly give a rat's ass about, like, if I got to work when I was supposed to or not. And when you don't have your own car to get to a job, you're kind of at the mercy of other people. The problem was these people were just complete assholes. I was also working at a barbecue place as a waitress, which was honestly paying me less than what the arcade was. And they kind of did an asshole thing and was like, well, we can't have you having a second job. Like, you have to make this your priority. And it was kind of bullshit because it was like he was paying us, I think, like $6 and something an hour. And he expected us to make it up in tips. And nobody really tipped that well. It was a very shitty situation. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure the arcade that I worked at had this version of the game, but in like a arcade version that you could actually shoot stuff at. Pretty sure. But love Star Wars. That's awesome. That is awesome as hell. And probably not an easy game cartridge to find. I don't see it that often when I go to used game stores, but I'm not incredibly sure. A second copy of 1981 Pac-Man. Apparently these people had 2 copies. Maybe one of them didn't work that well. I have to test that out and see once I get the thing going. Never heard of. Okay, I thought it said police position at first, and it's not. It's pole position, fast-paced track fun. Looks to be a racing game that was put out in 1982. And apparently I have dyslexia. Like, or it's just that late. It's not even that late, honestly. Like, it's not even midnight. Dragonfire for use with Atari and... What the heck is a Sears video game? I've never heard of that. Is that something that predates Ataris? Like, I feel bad and embarrassed that I have no idea what it's talking about. Looks like a version of D&D that they put on a cartridge. That's pretty cool. Commando Raid. I guess an old army game. I'm looking for a date. I don't see one, but I can look that up. Even the cartridge has old school as hell graphics. Oh my god. Oh my god. One of the most awesome games ever, but also, like, literally the bane of my gaming existence. Like, it's a classic. I love it to death, but oh my god. Pain in the ass. I could never, ever get very far with this. But gotta love Donkey Kong, man. Old school as hell. Love it. This kind of looks like a version of Donkey Kong, but more up to date. I don't think I know how to pronounce this. Amadar? Like, looks very much like King Kong, like Donkey Kong, that's for sure. Let's see here, just out of curiosity. Okay, this was put out in 1982. Well, so was Donkey Kong. Again, I might have to, like, just do research and do reviews on, like, the games that... Oh my god, this is awkward. I don't know if I should put this on the video since it might be going on YouTube, and I don't really want to give out anybody's personal information, so I'm gonna, like, not put this on the video just for discretion's sake. But apparently somebody put their name on here. God, I really hope that's not your name. I really, really don't. And if I'm putting this on YouTube, I'm not about to say that out loud. But it is not PG or G friendly at all. Like, that's barely even PG-13 friendly. Um, I really sincerely hope that is not your name. Not gonna say that if I'm posting on YouTube because that will get me flagged, and I am trying to be a good girl when it comes to content creation. But yeah, I'm really glad that I read that before, at least read it in my head before saying it out loud. This was clearly owned by a teenager, and all I'm going to say is you were clearly playing with yourself. You just had to make it known to other people by writing it on a Sharpie on your Donkey Kong game cartridge that you were too, which is awkward as hell. But moving on. um, Air Sea Battle. Use joystick controllers. 1981, another military game. Word Zapper. I guess it's an educational game. Not really incredibly sure. Space Invaders. I've heard of this, but I really don't know that much about it. Like, I am okay with admitting that. There's nothing wrong with me admitting that I don't know everything about everything. Combat. Another war game cartridge. MAD. Mad. It must stand for something, and I feel like I've heard of this before, but I don't really know what it is. Like, I feel like something in my head is telling me this was an educational game. And our last one, Vanguard. Is that the type of Atari I have? Is it 2600? I'll have to look that up. Anyway, that is what I have gone through for now. I'm going to be putting them back up and organizing them and putting them in a container that's not going to be gotten to as easily by pests. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.